Hello, welcome to season 5, episode 18 of the Or to Know Better podcast. I'm Karl. I'm joined by Luke on my, I don't know, as you look at it, left or right, I don't know. And Smarty's down here. He's got no jumper on, but his face is very red because he is boiling in his house.
Yeah,
nice for some having the heat on.
Yeah,
We'll
some of us have.
Huh?
Some of us have taken part in Christmas jumper day.
I might go grab it in a minute, but I have been stressing, so therefore I've not worn it.
Have you seen what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just not impressed.
It's just a shit Christmas jumper.
It's not fucking class.
Let's have a look at yours, Karl.
You're sound. You're all sound. Welcome to the show.
Yours, Karl. Shows you jumper.
I don't have a Christmas jumper, man.
So why the fuck am I getting shit for it then?
Because he gave me shit before.
I suppose it's more Christmassy than yours. And it's a jumper at least.
This is like Culinary Corner. We just went off on a tangent. We'll see you in a second.
Hi, this is Don Matteo, and you are listening to the Or to Know Better podcast. Let's do this.
Leeds are shit. We're recording, you know.
Oh, shit. We're the good start. I don't think we've got the personnel.
You can fucking laugh all you want, you absolute bellend.
I think about things. That's why you lot are idiots.
A melted version of a dick that's been shrink wrapped.
The absolute elite shithousery of this.
What was that one about a bog roll there? Go back to that one.
It's a peacock in it, isn't it? The Leeds United peacock.
Why is it? What's going on here?
Is that a bog roll on Karl's? What the fuck is it? Here, look. Bit of fucking
peacock.
respect.
Jesus, a bit of zoomage. Bit of zoomage there as well.
Come on, Scooby.
Love that. I'm a big fan of the zooming.
Yeah, I'm not. Take me back.
Oh, take me back.
Take
There we
me
go.
back
Go back.
to...
I seem to have some sort of malfunctioning microphone. Or something.
Yeah.
I think so.
I think I have
Keeps-
actually. I've just
It
noticed
keeps
mine's not even plugged.
sliding about.
Mine's not even
That's
plugged in.
That's a good question, actually. How does my mic sound tonight? Because I got complaints of white noise and very low last night, so just checking. Cause
You're right there, so you are.
It all sounds normal to us, but to everyone else, it sounds.
Fuck is going on here?
How you doing, lads? Bit of rushing around to get here tonight, wasn't there?
That's probably why my mic wasn't working. I plugged it to the fucking USB.
As you can see, folks, very professional outfit here.
My stand has absolutely shit itself. It keeps slipping down, so it's hitting volume button.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think that's what it is.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, thanks, Danny Talk Sport. Yeah,
I'm gonna end up blowing
How
people's.
does everyone else sound, lads? I know we shouldn't really be doing a sound check at the start of a pod.
Hello, 1 2. Can you hear me? Hello.
We can definitely hear you there now.
We can wow. We can wow.
Right, enough of that. We should have done this way before. Sorry, everyone.
It's all right. How are you doing, lads? We'll start again anyway. Luke, you doing well? You were at football training tonight, were you?
Yeah, my little girls had footy training tonight, so I went in goal and helped them out when they had a game towards the end. I just can't. I'm one of these dads who can't help but get involved. So when they're playing, I'm always linesman or something like that. I just want to feel involved. I hate watching. It's horrible watching. So yeah, played in goal tonight and conceded 5-2 an under-12s girls team.
You are shit.
Yeah.
Smarty, how are you, man?
I'm good. I'm all right. I'm very warm. As I was saying to you before, that the idea of wearing a jumper now is frightening. I'm sat here in my shorts and t-shirt because I've lived with one of them frigging women that, walks around in a fucking t-shirt or whatever, and it's 9 million degrees and it's always complaining that she's cold. So I live all year round in my shorts. I have nothing. And you want me to wear a fucking jumper?
Can we just address this before we do start? What the hell is Rocket League?
I don't know. He's some gimp innit? I don't even know this guy. Who is he?
Smarty broken mic playing Rocket League last. Is it some sort? Is he calling you a rocket or?
I don't know what he's fucking on about.
Is it a PlayStation game?
It's some sort of game. He's fucking doxing me out for being a geek, innit?
Oh right. So like, do you play like Minecraft and all that as well?
No.
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 Okay.
No.
Right.
You play Rocket League, whatever that is.
Yeah, it's class.
Is it?
It's right. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah. Okay.
It's basically football with blowing up cars.
Football with cars on console, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, see you, Luke Beano's.
Oh,
Yeah,
Luke
I play it every now and again. It's pretty good.
And what's
But
the average age of the opposition on this game?
I couldn't fucking tell you. What you need to know is I'm a lot fucking better than them.
I'm sure. Hey, I'm sure it's something to be really, really proud of.
Does it
Yeah,
joking?
I know. Thanks for that, Bryn. We'll start talking about your Polly Pocket collection, shall we? Shithouse.
Tamagotchi, man. It's
Fucking
Tamagotchi.
Fucking Leeds United's talking about pissing PlayStation, man. Can't speak. Anyway, on with the show.
Yeah, sound. What we're gonna do first is, everyone's eager
I don't
for
think
this
it's 8
because
Might be 6.
Luke was very kind of competitive about this one, and he really wanted this.
Auto know better predictions.
Thank you.
Why are you so happy and giddy to do this today, Luke?
Well, because I've had a good week. I've had a good week or two, Karl, and I haven't been on actually. I haven't been on ours for a couple of weeks. So
To gloat.
no, not had the opportunity. So in terms of the predictions league, there's been all change everywhere, here, there, everywhere. But all you need to know now is I'm not top, which I thought I was. So some of you will take some solace in that. But Lee Fryer from AMC is top on 30. I'm now second on 29. Gilly's third on 28, and then you've got Jer on 27, and then it just keeps dropping and dropping and dropping until you get down to near the bottom. And then you've got Yank Hanna on 18. You've got not another Leeds podcast, Danny, who's on 16, and then Big Lou, who's on 14 in a world of his own. In a league of his own. In a rocket league of his own, eh, Smarty?
Yep, absolutely. He is a rocket.
We had a discussion that we should bring back the -3 points because Lou went 4-1.
Should do anyway.
Middlesbrough.
It should be.
Yeah, I think
Should be.
Lou needs to get taught a valuable lesson there to not go against his beloved Leeds United. So, yeah, there is that.
It's because he's shite, Arthur.
So, how did the fans get on, actually, Luke? Did they get any points?
I don't know how many points or what points they got, but they're mid-table on 11th on 22, which puts them 8 above Lou in the drop zone and 8 behind me. 8 behind Lee Fryer at the top. So they're bang average.
All right, okay, that's not bad going. There's been a few random old predictions from the fans recently, but nice one for the update, Luke.
Auto know better predictions.
So, I was on last night with Gilly, talking about the Middlesbrough game.
You got an haircut?
Have I had a haircut?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a haircut on Friday. It was pointed out on the pod last night as well. So
Yeah. You seem to have trimmed aside since I saw you on Tuesday for a quick pint of the good stuff.
Oh no, I had it cut Tuesday.
Did you? Oh, you had a hat. You had a hat on though.
I had a hat on. That
You
is
had a
true.
hat on.
Fucking
Yeah, that's
politics.
fine.
So yeah, I had a hat on. So yeah, I was on B&C yesterday with Gilly. I was giving my opinion on a few things. One of those things we'll start off on a positive note. Dan James, Smarty, I'll come to you first on this one. He's an absolute demon at the moment. He's running teams ragged and playing as an inverted winger. What did you think of his performance on Tuesday?
Karl, if I was a female, I would have his children.
Okay.
I absolutely love Dan James. I think he's fantastic. He's continued his wonderful form from last season and just seems to be getting better and better and makes wonderful footballing decisions as well. I can't think at the minute of any bad parts of his game. He's getting back, he's defending, he's attacking really, really well. He's assisting. He's basically doing absolutely anything you'd want from a footballer. Never mind someone who just specifically plays out on a wing. You know. So one of the when he were back at bloody left back covering for Verba when he'd gone forward on against Middlesbrough, just where the friggin' hell's Dan James come from? You know, Rothwell did very, very similar, but you know Dan James is a right winger and he's back at left back defending. You know, he's honestly. He's pulling some right trees up and he's fighting tooth and nail for that shirt, and I couldn't be happier about Dan James. Love him.
He's been absolutely fantastic. Luke, player of the season contender?
Certainly a contender. I think we've got a lot of contenders. I think the one thing about Dan James that is frustrating is that we saw the Jekyll and Hyde, didn't we? We saw him miss the easier chance about 30 seconds before he buried that winner. And that is the only frustrating part to Dan James's game. I completely agree with Smarty. I think he's come on leaps and bounds, and he works so hard, irrespective of the end product a lot of the time, which has improved dramatically since we signed him under Bielsa. But look, he's the epitome of what side before self, and he will play anywhere. He probably could play in a back four. He played up front for however many games under Bielsa as our secret weapon that didn't ever work. I just love everything about his actual character. I think it speaks a lot. You know, you don't ever hear about anything about him in the news or in the changing rooms, or, you know, look, we fucked him off to go on loan to Fulham, came straight back, worked hard, got in the team, and last season he was probably in a similar position. He was getting the goals and assists and goal involvements, and unfortunately picked that injury up, which paved the way then for Willie to come in, who started playing really well as well. So it's a nice position to be in with the attacking options that we've got. And actually, Dan James on paper is probably our worst winger, or realistically, in comparison, when you think we've got Ramazani, Nonto, Solomon. But actually, for me, he's probably our most effective.
I think he's probably one of our most important wingers. He might not, you know, some people might not rate him as highly as Ramazani or any of those, but I think he's one of
I
our
rate him
most
higher than Ramazani.
No, but you know, like just following up on what Luke was saying there, you know, you know, he's like, I think Kev Marston here, he absolutely nails it with this comment. He says Dan James runs his plums off and gives absolutely everything for the shirt. His final product is much improved. I think that's a nail on the head kind of comment there, if I'm being perfectly honest. You've seen his end product has improved on a massive scale now. Granted, he missed the easier chance 30 seconds earlier, but if he can finish them like that every other time, then Christ on a bike, I think he'll do all right this season. And I'd like to think he's very much a contender. Smarty, Luke said there's a few contenders for player of the season so far. Who else is in that bracket with them at the moment?
If I'm being truthfully honest, the only person that you could share a bracket with, Dan James, I would say Tanaka, really. There are some good players out there, but if I were to really pick two, then it'd be Tanaka and Dan James for me.
Yeah. Would you be in agreement there, Luke?
Yeah, I would, but I'd also probably add Pascal Stroik, Joe Rothwell to the conversation.
Yeah, Rothwell's very, very good, but I wouldn't put them on the same level as them two.
Do you want a lone player winning your player of the season, though?
I don't care if he's that good.
Yeah, no, I love Rothwell. I think he's a fan. He's brilliant. He's brilliant. Yeah. And I'm pained to see Ampadu potentially knocking him out of the team. As much as I like Ampadu, etc., I just think it'd be unjust to see Rothwell having to step out of the team, because that's probably what's going to happen if we're being truthfully honest. We could talk about different formations and different, having to juggle a few players around to potentially get them both in at the same time. Rothwell's probably going to have to drop out, and it's a shame because he's done nothing but some really, really good performances. He's quality. He's absolutely quality. And I'm so glad that he's proved that stupid Baldylocks wrong, Mr. Gill, because he'd written him off. Honestly,
before he'd even kicked the ball.
Before the poor guy had even kicked a ball. He's a fucking Bournemouth cast off. He didn't even play that much for Southampton. Blah 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 blah. He's been one of our best players this season.
Do you think it's a good point you make there? He didn't play that much for Southampton. Do you think could he have made a better difference to Southampton finishing higher up the pitch if they'd maybe used him a little bit more?
If I'm honest with you, mate, I didn't even really watch Southampton play. I think the only time I ever watched them play was against us.
Yeah.
And then in their playoff semi-final, that's the only time I ever watched them play. So I couldn't even comment. I don't even know who were keeping him out of the team in that starting 11.
Yeah.
So I can't comment.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. Luke, it was a fairly all-round positive game last night.
Night before.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. And I think when teams come to play football against us, at home or away or whatever, Fart ball doesn't look as boring as people are making out, does it?
I don't think there's such thing as fart ball. I think this is a
No,
new
but-
testament. That no, I'm just saying we've now Bielsa ball set standard, and that's what we're comparing everything to. It's marsh ball straight after that, and it's Allardyce ball, and this ball is just a thing that's been invented on the back of Bielsa inventing a new style of football that we really really enjoyed, and unfortunately that's now the litmus test, and that's the measuring stick that we're using every manager and everyone's style of football to, and quite frankly, we're never going to see it again. So the sooner we get that over that, the better. Firstly, but Farke ball, if that is such a thing, that his particular style, I don't think is that boring anyway. I don't think, and certainly in comparison to last season, I think last season we were far more cautious than we are this year. And I don't think we do pass it around the back four as much as people make out. But people have now got that drilled in, that agenda in their head that's what we did, and they hate Daniel Farke before they even, they've already made their mind up on him, so to speak.
There's a general bias, yeah.
Absolutely, of course there is.
A lot of people have deemed him as a failure because he didn't get promoted last season, so he's got that cloud hanging over him.
Yeah, and I think people just need to take a step back and open their eyes and be a little bit more flexible in their expectations, because the thing is, we played some fucking real nice stuff at the weekend and against Forest, some really really nice stuff.
Forest,
some things that go unnoticed at the weekend. Did I say?
Yeah, but you
said Forest.
I meant I didn't mean Forest. I meant Middlesbrough,
County,
Red and White. Yeah, one of them plays near Forest and the other one plays a bit in red and white. So yeah, plus I've just had a little bit of fucking this vape and it's sent me a bit doolally. But it's I think we just need to open our eyes, be a little bit more accepting of the expectations of this year, because look, we are expected to go. We probably are the best team in the league this year. But let's not jump on each other's throats. Let's not jump down. Farke's a failure. If we draw, we're not going to go unbeaten for the rest of the season. We lost 9 or 10 last season. I think Ipswich had lost 11 last year, or Leicester lost 11 last year, and still went up as champions. So we are still going to lose games. But when we do, we just need to hold our nerve, and we seem to be reacting really well to poor results, or to average results, or results in games that we should be winning, which is good to see. I'm still concerned, I think, about the away form, but I think we get that tightened up, and I see us winning the league at a canter, mate, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I've said for a number of pods now, since the last month and a half or so, I think we're going up top this season, and I think it's one of those, but like, with how we're playing, when teams come to play against us, or we go away and teams play against us properly, I quite enjoy the football Farke plays as well. I quite enjoy he wants 100% of the ball all the time. He's never going to get that, but I like the fact that that's what he wants. He wants us to keep the ball, and he wants to keep it moving, and he wants to try and drag the opposition out of position. And it's one of those where it's slow build up, but when the gaps start to appear, we hit people real quick. And it's one of those, I think, Smarty, that people just need to get used to. It's not a bad style of football. It's like if a team is sitting back, Smarty, and they're putting 10 men behind the ball, but if you have the ball and can't find the gaps quickly, then people are getting frustrated, and it's like, oh, don't do that, boo. And you're like, Christ on a bike, man can't catch a break, like.
Yeah, I think you out back to Bielsa ball, and it were swashbuckling and blah blah blah, fast paced, blah blah, and the amount of control that we have now over most games under Farke. It's like a game of chess. You've got a slow build up. You can see where the little pieces are going, and this that and the other, and all of a sudden you're in. Quite often that we're facing against deep line defences or the mid blocks. That they like to use against us and stuff. And it's just being patient. It's biding your time. It's. I think I didn't have an argument with Jay the other day against Derby, but he was that were absolutely shy. And I went, I don't understand. We've just beaten Derby 2-0. We've dominated them from start to finish, and you've come in with your fucking face like a sad sack. I'm like, What's wrong with you? What more do you want? I don't understand. I don't get. You know.
Do you think there's a sense of entitlement? Because
massively.
I think that's the problem in the fan base, and that harps.
It's just
into
stupid.
The terraces as well, like.
It's stupid and it's unwarranted, and it's like I've said this many times on this podcast. You know, you need to enjoy now. You need to enjoy the now because we know what's coming.
Well, next season won't be as fun.
We know exactly what's coming our way.
Even if we don't,
if we
don't get promoted, it won't be as fun because we won't have half of these players available.
Exactly. Yeah. You know, and we probably won't have Farke. You know, at the end of the day, if he's a failure, does Farke say, "I'm done"? You know, I'm off.
That's it.
You know, we might keep hold of a few players. A few will undoubtedly go to the Premier League or other leagues around, and then we'll get some fucking douchebag in through the door. All of a sudden, then we've got a real reason to be pissed off. Then we've got a real reason to watch boring football, like we were doing 7 or 8 years ago before Bielsa came. It was shit. Part of coming to Leeds, for me, was the social element of it, about having a beer with my friends, not watching decent football because it was fucking shite. For the majority of the time, watching Leeds play football was shit. It was not entertaining. It were a laugh. The atmospheres were better, I will say. It were like 22,000 people, half an empty frigging South Stand. The atmospheres were better. The atmospheres at the minute are terrible. It's not great.
I remember under Warnock us cheering a string of patterns together or laying against fucking somebody shite, Barnsley or somebody like that.
Yeah.
And we got beat. It was at Oakwell. We were away at Oakwell and we got beat and we started all laying. That's how bad the football was. Yeah. Well, we were all laying 3 passes in a row together.
It says it all when we were starting, let's pretend we scored a goal. You know, that kind of way.
I've been there whilst we've done it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, we were doing it. And it was like, that's how shit we have been. But let's get on to the positive side of things. Jay's in the comments. How dare you? I'd just like a bit more like the Boro game. I'm going to harp back to
you can say how dare you as much as you fucking like. You walked into that Peacock Beer Garden with a face like a friggin' slapped ass. Yeah. We just won 2-0.
That's his normal face.
And I was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? We've just won 2-0. Oh, it was boring. It was boring.
Like,
right,
he might as well just give a season ticket up, hasn't he?
Like when a team comes and they sit deep and they put 10 men behind the ball, of course shit's going to be boring because that's harder to break down. No team is going to go in against a team playing a block like that and just pick them off willy-nilly. It doesn't happen. And that's what fucking gets my goat up, is that when that happens and people complain that, oh, it's boring, it's this, that. Right, you go out and you try and fucking organise a team to break down low block better than Farke's trying at the moment. Because you're not going to do it.
With the highest scorers in the league, what more do you want?
Yeah.
What more do you want? And we've got the best goal difference in the league.
Yeah.
What more do I mean? People can sit and say all day that we don't break down at the low block. Some games we do struggle. Look, and there are going to be more games like that before the end of the season. Expect that, and the reality is you'll enjoy the season far more. Expect that there's going to be teams. Preston at the weekend, I expect, will be very, very tough, and I think will be another game where we might struggle. So yeah. Danny's just beat me to it, but
it's like the thing is that it's Farke ball, it's shit. What the fuck is he supposed to do? He's not choosing the opposition. He's not making the opposition deploy a low block or defend every single person behind the ball. That's not his fault. At the end of the day, we come up against that sort of opposition. He has to figure out. He has to find a way to get his players to play effective football, to not lose the game because we're susceptible to counter-attacking, as we've seen many a time. You've got to maintain some level of control, and then we'll play a team like Middlesbrough, who'll play much more open. They'll come toe-to-toe with us, they'll attack us, etc. Then it's a better game for everyone. Yeah. But not everyone's like that. Fucking Derby County don't give a flying shite if it's an entertaining game. They'll be happy to get a point away at Elland Road. They won't give a flying fuck. They won't give a shit if they could be fucking knocking bloody Horlicks back like it's going baby Guinnesses. If they get a point from going to Elland Road, they don't give a shit. They don't give a fuck if it's boring because a point's a point and it's important. Yep. It's just entitlement, and it properly winds me up.
This look, Arthur, I agree with a lot of the things you post, and I'm not sure if this is in jest or it's trolling or what, but we should not be winning every game. Simple as that. There's no team in history won every game.
We probably should be, but we won't do because that's football. Manchester City, best team in the fucking world. They didn't win every frigging game. They used to lose games. I mean, look at them now. They're absolute
1 in
shit.
10.
A couple of frigging players go missing out. That wonderfully, fantastic, even brilliantly coached team. They're shit. It's all gone to shit. Once these little chinks, a couple of injuries here, or changing tactics here, or whatever happens, suspensions, you have to tweak things. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. We've seen Leeds United have an absolute shite against Blackburn. Prime example, away from home, we were shit. We were absolutely worn out because we played an extra game to compared to them. They were a lot fresher than us. These things happen. Shit happens. It's fucking because when we get absolutely dicked a few times, if we go up next year, they'll be it wouldn't have happened if we'd have got a new manager, and fuck off.
Yeah. Anyway,
piss off. Do you know what? Right, so a part of me wants us to fucking a part of me wants us to fail. Wants fucking Daniel Farke to piss off. Wants to sell every one of us best players so we've got as bottom feeders again, and then just say, right, you wankers, let's see what it's fucking like. We'll see how many fucking fans are left in stadium, shall we, at end of season when it's half full again and people are miserable. We'll see how many fucking 27,000 pissing season ticket waiting list holders are. It'll be gone. They'll be gone because no one wants to watch fucking shit football. It's fucking... You've proper... I've gone on one. I'm having a bad day anyway, and you...
Why don't we save some of this? Save some of this for a bit of a...
It's pointless because I'm on one now and I'll calm down.
But it's like
fucking entitled wankers do my head in.
Right. Can we talk about Tanaka being a cheat code for a few minutes?
Tanaka's mint.
So that Smarty can...
I would also have his babies. If I could.
Yeah, so Smarty's horn his fucking non-existent womb out to people.
Yeah. Sorry about that, everyone. I tend to lose my rag a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Can't get my words out. I'm like just spitting nonsense. Sorry.
Yeah.
Just
right,
count to 10, mate.
Yeah. You got 26 minutes out of
In
that
through your nose.
Smarty. So.
Out through your mouth.
Can I borrow one of your vapes, Luke?
Tanaka he's an absolute cheat code. I'm going to go to you, Luke, because fucking hell, at least Smarty's mic is working anyway.
And his internet.
Yeah. Tanaka, Luke, how badly do you want him to just...
I'm absolutely astounded, Karl, that nobody else has taken a look at him at £3 million before. I mean, credit and props to Daniel Farke. He's a Farke signing. He mentioned him. We tried signing him when Farke first joined, I think, and we didn't get hold of him. I spoke to a few of my mates in the summer. He played against Ipswich for Is it Fortuna Dusseldorf we signed him from, wasn't it, I think? And they played in a friendly, and they said he was the best player on the pitch by his long shot. And the fact nobody took a punt on him at £3 million, I mean, somewhere, one man's... What is it? What's the saying? One man's...
treasure is another man's garbage.
One man's... It begins
garbage
with a T.
is another man's
One man's trash is another man's treasure, isn't it? Yeah, that's it. And yeah, for £3 million, I think we've comfortably got certainly be getting in the team of the year, won't he? Alongside who depends on how quickly Ampadu gets back. But at the moment, I can't see another centre midfielder pairing better than those two, Rothwell and Tanaka, which leads us on to obviously another conversation for another day. Is how does Ampadu? Yeah, but he's just so composed. The fact that he passed that ball when there was 3 on the goalkeeper at the end there, just a delightful player to watch. He works hard in defence. He very rarely gives fouls away. He plays with the game very, very fairly. And yeah, I'd love to go around to it for some sushi one day.
Yeah, I can't get over the fact that, who was it? Danny Talk Sport here is saying it as well, that the Ipswich manager knew about him. He did fuck all about it, Danny. So happy days. I'm over the moon that we got him. Didn't know Scooby-Doo about him prior to it. But
how high would you put him? How high would you put him in terms of value signings? Well, I mean, I know we picked Pablo up on a free. Of recent years, I don't want to go too far back and start talking about. Yeah, I know Raf for 17 million as well. Yeah. We have had some real bargains in time, but I think certainly in recent years he's got to be up there in the. I mean, off the top of my head, I can't think of many others, but top 5, hasn't he?
I'd put Click in there as well. I think we only paid a couple of mil for Click. Granted, it took him a year
Somerville was
away.
less than $1 million.
Luke
wasn't it, I
Ayling.
think, as well?
Luke Ayling, 500 grand.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
250, wasn't it, I think?
It might have been. It would bloody cheap.
He was
Non
Kevin gave
was
us a-
3.5, 4 million, I think.
Kevin gave us a clap as well, didn't he, on Tuesday? Came over
He
and
did,
clapped
he
us.
did.
Bless
Fair
him.
play to him. Fair play.
We are going to do, I think we did discuss this a couple of weeks ago, but we are going to do like a best top 10, OKB best top 10 or something like that, signings over the last, I don't know, maybe 20 years or something.
Yeah.
So maybe 10, I don't know. We'll sort some out.
So, lastly, I just want to talk about Ampadu, Smarty. We touched on it earlier, but he came on at right back, and I don't think he looked sharp enough to me, to be fair.
Looked a bit shaded, didn't he?
He did. I don't think he's going to waltz back in quite.
He did come on at right back, though, didn't he?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
and
but-
it's against Latte or however you pronounce his name as well. It's,
Yeah.
he's a good player, isn't he? So yeah, to knock a few rust spots off at right back, to come off your first game, it's not probably ideal.
Yeah.
But hopefully it dispels a couple of hopeful people that he's just going to walk straight back into the team, because I don't think he will, and I don't think he should do. I think he should be making these 20, 30 minute sort of appearances to start off with. I think Ampadu's a brilliant player. He's a very, very good player. It's a shame that we can't go 3 at back, and have Ampadu in the middle with Tanaka and Rothwell. It is a real shame. He might do. Who knows? Who knows what he's going to do? But yeah, Ampadu's a cracking player. And he's no, sorry, go on. Well, he's just captain, and he's a great player.
I said it on the pod with Gilly last night as well. I was like, he's going to have to work very hard to dislodge one of the two there, and I think it's only right, like you said there, Smarty, that he has to work that hard.
Yeah.
Look, in an ideal world, we'll move on quickly from this because we've been waffling here for half an hour.
Yeah, and a half.
Yeah, I know. I think, like I said, 26 minutes of that was Smarty having an absolute fucking breakdown.
Sorry about that. Having a flap.
Yeah, but Ampadu he's going to have to come back in at some point. He is club captain, and it's a nice headache for Farke to actually have, isn't it?
It certainly is, and it's a luxury we've not had over the years. Last season we were crying out for another central midfielder. In the time we were in the Prem, we could have always done with another good midfielder. But I almost think that the recruitment this year will take us up. I think we've recruited really well. Even bringing in Gilavugi, who hasn't had many minutes yet, but he's added a lot. He's added a lot. You can see he's added a lot to the, to the changing room and the posts that he does are just, he's got it spot on. That coupled with the wingers, I think the recruitment in the wingers will probably let us off with having an undecided number 9 and 10. I think we'll probably have enough quality in those positions to probably get us off. I think we probably could do with a better 9 and 10 if we wanted to make absolute certain of promotion. Yeah. However, I think we've got probably just enough with the central midfield and the wing backs and the wingers as well, that actually we might probably get off with one.
All right, that's fair enough, lads. I'm gonna do a few comments here as well. All right, just to run through one or two, because there's 22 of them.
Jesus.
Luke, where's the jumper from? Aisha wants to know.
Christmas shop.
Yeah, it's online. It was an Etsy shop, I think. It was recommended to me by somebody called Lloyd Dean on Twitter, and I can't remember the actual Etsy shop, but he tweeted me and said it's from there. So it's an Etsy shop online. I can't remember the exact shop, but I'll try and find it and tweet it. Yeah, I'll pop the link. I'll tweet the link out.
Good, man. We've got Roland all the way over in New Mexico. Looking good, Luke. Yeah, the Farke, the Herald, Angels Sing one is better though. Oh, he must have seen the same spot. So
he's very similar. Yeah, so he sent me a DM. I think he got a Farke one, whereas I got this one. So his is also very nice. He sent me a picture of him in just the jumper.
Oh, nice.
Right. It's nice. Probably about 30 odd degrees anyway in New Mexico. So there you go. We've got Mark Wright here in the comments. Any of you who live in Leeds had any sun coming through your sun window today in relation to the Winston McDonald's comment?
I mean, it
on
is
TNT
winter.
Sport last night?
You know, it's winter. It's Christmas time.
He's just
you know,
a plum pleb, innit? You could tell he
to
didn't want to
expect
talk
a little
about
bit
it.
of shit weather.
Yeah,
What a bell
that's
end.
fucking lootly, isn't it? Gimp.
Do you know what, mate? One of the best memories I have from that season is when he got substituted and the whole stadium singing "You fat bastard" at him.
So
Just
good.
unreal and absolutely thoroughly deserved as well.
Yeah, lazy shite. Right, we've got Arthur Bushby in the comments. Meslier club's interested in him. I've seen Renner after him.
Wrong.
Wrong.
You do a good French impression actually.
I do, but I do that on other podcasts, not this one.
And with your croissants.
Why not on this one?
Croissant.
Because I wasn't asked to do it before we started, and I'm not doing it now.
Do it.
Go on, Karl. Give us a
So
rendition.
anyway, club's interested in Meslier. Ren, for starters. Would you be happy, sad to see him go if he went, lads?
I don't think it's the time for us to be selling in January, if I'm honest.
No,
I think we
January
just try
don't
and steady the ship, see what happens in January. If we get promoted, do we need a better goalkeeper? Probably. Can we attract a better goalkeeper? Probably. Doing it in January is not the one for me.
Suicidal,
We need to
isn't
keep
it?
steady the ship.
Yeah, absolutely. Skip, I don't think Joseph is ready yet. He needs a loan spell out, constantly in the wrong positions in box. When a cross comes in, his touch isn't great lately. He was actually in the right position, Skip, last night, but it took 2 touches before it got to him off defenders. Excuse me, Tuesday night. But it took 2 touches off him off defenders before it actually got to him from James's cross, and I think he would have put it away if it hadn't got them touches. So it swings and roundabouts. I think he was asked to play a different type of game on Tuesday night than we were used to seeing with him pressing quite vigorously and quite high up the pitch.
I think Joseph's movement's quite good.
I think his movement's good. I do think he's still lacking. I think I want him
raw.
to succeed. Yeah, he's raw. He's very
He's a
raw.
young kid.
and
He's a young lad.
He is a young lad, and I think we as fans have an expectation that if he's good enough for the first team, he should be scoring a hat trick every week. And I think we need to be a little bit realistic, because look what happened with Joffrey. You know, we expect a massive thing from him. He can't get a kick. So yeah, I think for me, it's one of them that expectations need to be managed by us. I think as fans more than anything. But yeah, he's got a lot to add to his game.
Yeah, very much. Andy Aylaw, put Rothwell in the 10 and drop Aaronson.
Is this something you want to come on to in a little bit?
It is, yeah.
Because we'll touch on that.
Yeah, we'll touch on that in a bit. Bryn is in the comments. How you Bryn out and Smarty as some sort of nerdy gamer.
Some sort of geek.
True, not disagreeing, but if we get promoted, think we'll get better in.
What are we talking about then?
I'm not sure who started that because context is completely lost on me. I didn't do it. I didn't.
Farke. I think he's on about Farke.
That's usually a classic Karl, is that starring stuff with you haven't got a frigging clue.
Not me.
I know, mate. Hey, what can I say? I apologise.
You know, unless you've got Jay in.
Oh, he's on about Rothwell, he says.
Jeff. Rothwell. All right, fair. So Arthur Bushby, fair pro out till January. Yeah, I think Verber's doing a good enough job at the moment to not have to worry about
There is a
just
little
yet.
bit of a question mark above this one though, Karl, because he can actually sign for another club on a pre-contract from January because his contract expires on, is it the old Bosman? I think Bosman or whatever it is. When he's got 6 months left on his contract, as long as it's not a club in the UK, I think, or even maybe in England, he can sign a pre-contract agreement, which we don't really want because you know, is he going to be putting his all in if he's got another contract lined up and that sort of thing? I'd be inclined to give him a year, but he probably wouldn't take a year.
Yeah, I think so. It sounds bad, doesn't it, when you say, he's out till January. January is only 3 weeks away.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
You know, it's not like end of world, is it?
It's just that it coincides with his contract, so he's not in a great bargaining position now either because he's out injured. Do you know what I mean?
I think
he has been playing well. I think it is. Do you think a year with an option of another?
Well, there was talk of Real Batiste looking at him again anyway. So he might want to go home. You don't know. Might see it out and just head home, play La Liga for a while.
Fair play to him if he does.
Yeah.
Because to be
that's it.
fair,
Get us
I mean,
promoted.
you know, I don't
Isn't
think
he
he's
from
good enough at
Dominica?
Premier League. I don't think. No, he's Dominican grandparents in it, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
But yeah, I don't think he's good enough at Premier League. You know, I just don't. I think he's good enough for what we've got now. I think I've got many scarred memories from Junior Firpo playing left back in the Premier League. So yeah, I'd be quite happy to see him go. I mean, I'd give him an option, give him a year as an option to see what he did like. But I think we'd be thinking, yeah,
Do you think this is his level? Because obviously, when Barcelona signed him from Betis, he'd had a really good season that year in the La Liga. But is La Liga much of an improvement on the Championship? I mean, there's 3 or 4 teams in there. There's 3 or 4 teams in there that would.
It's like Scottish football, and you've got 2 decent teams in there. Rest of, well, maybe 3 or 4 actually in La Liga, but the rest of it's just dross, isn't it?
Yeah,
I wouldn't say it's good. I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a farmers' league like the French league is, because I do think that is a farmers' league.
Yeah.
But yeah,
we'll see what happens in the summer with the junior. Scooby's here. It isn't always great, but in promotion spot, defensively more sound in this league at least. Top scorers, and nobody even whinged about the bench, the last game. What do you want?
Good point.
He's right.
Yeah, we can't really moan, can we?
No, can we fuck? We've nothing to
but
moan
people
about.
will moan. People will moan for the sake of
And
moan.
there'll be people waiting for us to fuck up and draw or lose.
Oh,
just
yeah, mate.
to say, I told you so. I told you so.
That's
I'm a Leeds
it,
fan,
isn't
but
it? Yeah.
I'm a Leeds fan, but I told you so. And I'm really happy that we lost, just so I can come online and do this.
There are many mutuals out there that star things and save things and do whatever they need to do to just get a little bit of ammunition for when we might draw or lose away at Blackburn or whatever, and then a fucking plethora of shite comes. It's like a tidal wave of shite that just washes over you. If we lose or draw now, I don't even go on Twitter or anyone. I just completely ignore it, and it's just a much brighter, more fulfilling experience. Just not giving a shit, because I just think, well, yeah, we might have lost this game, but fuck it, we'll probably still go up as champions because we're that good.
Stop deleting comments.
What?
Man here is deleting comments.
Deleting comments?
He's deleting comments in the starred comments. I had a thing there for Smarty, ready to go. There was 3 comments in a row there for Smarty, and you fucking deleted them all. And then the last one is let the man cook.
Oh, is he deleting? No, it's because it's not about him, you see. It's not about him for the change. He don't like it, does he?
Nah.
What a shit house.
Yeah, Bryn is telling Jay.
I didn't even read any of them. I just thought we'd got through them. I was just deleting them all the ones that you'd already played.
No.
Don't matter, whatever.
I was deleting as we were going anyway. Jay order Smarty some tampons.
There's still 16 starred comments.
No, there's only 7 there now.
Because I just deleted the ones you'd already said, you tool.
No, you tool. I was deleting them as I was going along.
You were.
I was.
Just get on with it.
Shut up, you're talking shite. Bryn in the comments again. 49ers scouting has been solid 7, 8 out of 10 on the signings. Be interesting if Red Bull data pulls Farke knowledge when our Gladbach helped. All right. This is from Mark Wright. Welcome to the Smarty podcast.
Well,
there you are. Look.
And then
apology
we've got
accepted.
Steve Brown. No, I was deleting them anyway, man. Steve Brown is in the comments. Smarty adding the hot air in the house.
I might have to go and put my jumper on now, Steve. I'm getting a bit cold.
Yeah, he's getting a bit chilly.
Maybe I need another rant.
This is probably one for another time, lads, because we're pushing 45 minutes here. So, how many of the current starting 11 ideally be starting for us next season if we're in the Premier League? Quick one, go, Luke.
5.
Name them.
Tanaka.
Who would you? There's 2 ways of looking at it. In there, who do we realistically think is going to be there starting for us, or who would we like to not be there?
And I think who would ideally
like
so the
capable
5 would
of, The
5 would be Nonto, Ramazani, Tanaka, Ampadu, and Strike.
That's a fairly solid 5, to be fair. Smarty?
I'd swap Strike for Rodon.
Okay. I'd go...
also Dan James. I think I'll throw Dan James in there as well.
I was going to go Dan James, Ampadu.
You can't start 3 wingers.
Yeah, but that's only 5 players anyway.
Yeah, no, but...
I would go Ampadu, Tanaka, Willie, Dan James, and potentially Rodon. That'll be mine.
I don't think Strike's going to be any good in the Premier League.
Strike now for me, to be fair. I quite like Strike as a player.
I said this a long time ago, and I still stand by it. I don't think that Strike will cut it as much as a lot of people think he will do in the Premier League. I think he'll be a good cover centre back. I just don't think he's as good as people think.
He didn't do bad under Bielsa playing left back, to be fair. I mean, don't forget me wrong, he was by no stretch great.
Yeah, he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad.
But playing out of position as a left back in that setup in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Mark Barlow, he's here. He's going 2 foot Meslier out the door. I'd sell Meslier any window we can ASAP.
See, it's very easy to say that, but he had a really good performance the other day, and arguably won us the game. And people will forget this very quickly, but we concede any of those 2 chances at 1-1. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
They sit back, and we struggle to break them down.
I'm just going to nip off for 2 seconds, because that really need a wee.
That's a good point from Salerm there. Keep Meslier, half the fan base would implode if we don't have a scapegoat.
It becomes somebody else though. We love a scapegoat.
It would, yeah. It'd probably be Ampadu for not coming back from fitness quick enough or some shit like that. You know what I mean? That's that. So we're gonna. I don't know, how are we fixed for shit takes of the week? Have we managed to get any in the brand?
I'm not sure we have, mate, but I can certainly have a quick look and see what we've got highlighted. We're not going to be able to get any up because Karl's done half the job again, but we'll.
Sorry, I gave everyone an hour and a half to try and help me out while I was trying to get my shit together before the pod. Sorry.
What the hell were you cooking for an hour and a half? I mean,
I had
what
other
were you
shit
eating?
to do, man. Jesus Christ. You go off and you do things with your daughters. I have shit I need to do. So I'm not sure what the crack is with this at the moment, but I'll play it anyway because it's fucking funny.
Hey, has got a shit tick this week, my little spat of fact.
I think the majority of them, mate, are just shy about, when we just shy. In fact, I think there was one added. Just bear with me. There was one added, and I think this deserves shit take of the week. There we go. 2 in 1. So La Pausa, LUFC APL. I hate the general feeling is Joseph has to score to justify his starting place. That 45-minute was a classic on how to create space. Made Brendan Aaronson look like Messi. Was La Pausa. Anyway, there's not a worse shit take. Was replied by Bryn Johnson of the comments.
Shit.
It was the best we've played for ages, as we weren't anchored down by Pirro, who might get a tap in later on. Rest of his game is horrific up there. With the worst to don the shirt. So he's saying Pirro is one of the worst to don a Leeds United shirt.
Oh, I think that's harsh.
Well,
does he remember?
So forgetting we had players like Luke Varney and players like Noel Hunt playing up front for us at times. So yeah, I 2 shit takes in 1 there. I don't think there's any.
Joel Pirro is absolutely class in the right setup, in the right moment.
Yeah,
he's quality.
He's the best finisher we have.
Yeah,
he's the best finisher. I still don't think we have a complete number 9 in this system that works.
No.
Like Timu Pukki, you know what I mean? Somebody who does the hard work and the graft and the pressing and can finish. That's essentially what Pukki was for Norwich when he got those promoted twice. So I still don't think we've got that, and I still maintain that Joseph and Pirro are probably better players than Pukki as well, but they're just not as rounded. So. We struggle a little bit with 9 and 10, and I also agree with Roland here. Aaronson is not the dog's dinner Gilly thinks he is. I completely agree, Roland.
Yeah, I think so.
I've been I've been trying to stick up for Aaronson a little bit. We've obviously had some to in and fro in and whatever in other conversations elsewhere, etc. But the fact that Gilly is so hell bent on labelling Aaronson as shit, it just solidifies the fact that guy has no fucking clue what he's talking about. Again,
Jesus. I
Not
tried,
a fucking clue what he's talking about.
I tried to reason with them on the pod last night, and
I turned it off. I had to turn it off as soon as you started talking to him because I thought, either I'm going to throw my fucking phone through that TV, or I'm going to join live and start ranting. So I'm just waiting for him to come on again, and I'll have it out with him again. He's just a moron. The guy is a fucking moron. That's all I can say.
Well, like
Gilly, he's an absolute fucking idiot.
Like,
He's got so much wrong this season. He's got so many shit takes as well. The Rothwell.
This is the guy who called fucking Rothwell shit before he'd even kicked a ball. He used to think that Rafinha was shite. He thought Rutter was shite. Mate, just have a fucking day off your shit fucking takes, bro.
Yeah, that's the thing. But the other
this isn't something we wouldn't say to him. This isn't something we wouldn't say to him. You know, we're talking absolute fucking bollocks.
But the thing is, as well, like,
Ridiculous.
I guarantee you, if you watched the full game back, he'd have seen elements throughout the first half when we were kicking into the south stand, where Aaronson was on the half turn and absolutely cabbaged their centre back. You know, he dropped the shoulder and he did him 2 or 3 times, and he played good balls in the box.
He played some nice through balls through their defensive lines. Some brilliant one touch. Didn't even take a touch. One touch, straight through defence for Dan James. You know,
that was it. Yeah,
but no, it's shit. It's absolutely shit.
If Pablo had done that, we'd have been watching it on repeat. There'd have been videos made of it, and you know, there'd be memes made of it and everything. But because it's Aaronson, and people think, you know what I think as well. The price tag attached to Aaronson is what makes us expect the expectancy become somewhat more, and that's not his fault. I think it's very, very harsh to put. We cannot. He didn't set his price. We paid his price, 25 million or whatever.
Jesse friggin' Marsh, the stupid tit end, fucking paid that bloody money, and that other absolute knob. I'm out. I was just going to throw him in the same friggin' bucket, mate. You can have them both. Absolute 2 pair of bellends.
I genuinely thought last night was probably Aronson's best game for us.
You were brilliant.
Not his best game for us. His best game this season, definitely.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
He was unplayable that season.
Yeah. Brilliant. But that just goes to show what he's capable of. Yeah. But, you know, the fact that he's a scapegoat for so many people, you notice when, and I've said this before, you notice when Aaronson goes off the field. You noticed on Saturday against Derby when he went off the last 20 minutes, our press wasn't effective. You know, and I think he's like an unsung hero. The amount of work that he does for this team, he goes massively under the radar for me. And I think if you actually, if people spend a lot more time watching what he does and watching his off the ball movement, etc., which you don't see on a TV screen, which I think is a lot of the bullshit that you get about Aaronson is people that are watching with a thumb stuck up their ass on a fucking couch. Yeah, no, but he's just blind, isn't he? I mean, he's colourblind, so obviously, you know. Fuck you. Fucking have that. But yeah, I just think he gets. I'm not saying that Aaronson's the best player in the world. I do think that we probably could do with better. However, it would have to do whatever Aaronson does and more.
Great point here, by the way.
Completely.
Great point. Salenum's nailed it. Took Dan James years to shake off his price.
Yeah.
Brendan is on the same arc. Correct.
Yeah. And I just want to point out, down Gilly's end, when Strike ended up fucking up that back pass for Meslier, right? It was down that end where Gilly should have been able to see it. Aaronson worked the ball. He won the ball out on the wing and played nice little triangles and 3 or 4 touches, and he got us out of that shit that we were in, only for Rodon to play it across the box and Strike to fuck up the back pass. So those kind of things.
Some very nice interchanges of play.
Those things go very much unnoticed, I think, and that's why.
That's because he's not scoring goals or assisting, though, Karl. He's not making everyone.
He got a goal yesterday.
No, but on a whole, but it doesn't matter. It's just one. That's just one goal, which, by the way, was passed to him by Tanaka, and he knocked it in.
Yeah.
On the flippity reverse. People had the fucking jizz in the knickers of a Willie Nonto actually being hit by a ball and it going in. But, you know, you can't compare them both, because why would you? Because one holds a fucking narrative, an anti-fucking American, anti-Aaronson narrative, and the other one's Willie Nonto was just fantastic, who was also a shithouse not so fucking long ago. So, you know, whatever.
Hello.
People just need to fucking wind the necks in, don't they?
I wish we were big enough.
We do need better. It's alright, no one gives a fuck about us. We get away with saying this shit.
Roland's in the comments there. He might clip all sorts after this. You never know. Man's got time, I'd say. And look, yeah, you see, even Kev Martin said, I was down that end, Karl, you were right. Yeah, he was. He was fucking fantastic to get us out of that spot. It was absolutely unreal. Fair play. So we'll move on a bit now because because 55 minutes of absolute dribble sometimes.
Yeah, it's just bollocks, isn't it? It's ace sometimes. Like.
I love it, man.
Ranting shite.
Love it. You've got a comment there, Luke.
Yes, Steve Brown, just reiterate what I said about the 5 goals. That's one less than Rutter got all season. Granted, Rutter got a lot more assists, but it just sort of shows the level we're at with Aaronson. We were only 21 games in, and yeah, look, if he's going to keep chipping in with goals like that, he's probably going to end the season on maybe 10, 15 goals, which I think is a good return for somebody back in the team. Don't forget that nobody wanted him back here as well, myself included.
Oh no, here, I put my hand up, straight up. Yeah, I think he mentioned in an interview with ESPN or something when he was on national duty last time that he wanted to try and get 15 goals, 15 assists, 5 goals before Christmas, another 5 or 6 after Christmas, and if he gets 10 or 11 goals, and
he got 2 assists, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah, two assists. But
he probably should have got one against Derby, which was taken away as well. That wasn't given as his because he came off a defender.
The thing is as well, like he played 2 or 3 good balls in the box yesterday.
Should have had one at the weekend, Dan James.
Exactly, and Dan James, if he'd have been a bit more sharp to get to a ball that he threaded a lovely ball through, he could have had maybe 4 or 5 more assists. We don't know. It's just that final bit. But look, again, like someone said, I think it was Selenum said, it's Dan James price tag, Aaronson price tag.
I just want to like Aaronson. I want to like him. And he was the only one, we are back to last season. He was the only one that I said I would love to see what he could do down here.
Yeah.
And I did that. It's on film, if you don't believe me.
Yeah. No,
I know you two do. There'll be people saying, no, you didn't. Everyone fucking hated him. No, I actually did. I thought he might have been able to, do a good job on it. It was a shame that he pissed off because he was a coward.
I think I just get that little 2-footer in right at the end. I think it hampered his development by leaving us last season.
I think so.
He was playing Champions. I mean, we were playing Championship football. He was playing Champions League football. I mean, do you blame him? Honestly,
totally get why I did.
But he wasn't even playing that much, and he was absolute wank according to any reports you read, because he just wasn't doing it. So a year in the Championship prior to this year would have absolutely done him the world of good. But it's as a football, you always want to play at the highest level you can. And look, he's back and he's bit the bullet and he's trying his best now. So
this is the thing. Do you know what I mean? Bryn says can't not like Aaronson. To be honest, he grasps his bollocks off, and not the best, but he's more mobile version of Andy Hughes.
Yeah,
you want people that fight for your club. We don't want people like fat wankers like Weston McKennie that come in and just want to get a wage and don't really give a fuck. Brendan Aaronson clearly gives a fuck. He puts his absolute all. People like Dan James, exactly the same, cut from the same cloth. There are so many players in this squad now that look like they give a shit. I know they probably don't do. But they've got an objective. They want to get to the Premier League. They want to have a stab at the Premier League. And that's their initiative. Yeah. So whether they're here in another 6 months' time, I don't know. But enjoy the journey, people. That's because the destination's not all it's cracked up to be, as we all know.
We have all seen the Ipswich fans coming on Twitter and saying that we were right. Us Leeds fans were right. The journey is better than the destination.
I work with Ipswich fans, mate. I get it every day at work. Yeah. And I just, I actually feel a bit sorry for him because it's almost. I told you so. Sorry for him.
Yeah.
No, I do a little bit because these lads are actually. I mean, I don't feel. I'm not saying generally speaking because they were quite happy to sing about us on the top of the coach and that's Caden Jackson, the wanker, and that. I don't by any stretch feel sorry for them as a fan base, but the lads I work with, generally speaking, are good football fans, and they appreciate it. And look, there was a lot of banter at stages last season when we beat them and they still picked us to second and whatever else. But ultimately, it's a game that we should all be enjoying, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And you can't enjoy it when you get to that level because there's just such a gulfing class between the top of this league and the bottom of that league. Is that you've got to spend an absolute fortune.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Right, lads. We're gonna move on to Preston away, but first we'll get some predictions on Luke.
Auto no better predictions.
You're first.
I'm going to go 2-1 Leeds.
2-1 Leeds. Okay.
I think it'll be tough. I think it'll be another tough game. But I think if we can score first, that'll force them out. They'll equalise, and then we'll get a late winner.
Sound. I like that. Smarty.
I'm going 2-0 Leeds.
2-0 Leeds.
They've got Sam Greenwood, haven't they?
Can't play.
I know. This is what I'm saying. He can't play. He's ineligible. So I think that'll affect them as well.
Yeah, he's playing quite well for them by all accounts.
Yeah, he's one of their best players.
He's one
of their best players. So
fans in the comments, if you fancy giving us an old prediction there.
And
if not, we'll.
Is the little halfling? No.
Steve Brown. He's gone.
Steven!
2-0 Leeds.
Go on, Steve.
And I'm going to go 3-1 Leeds.
Did you say 3?
I did.
You should have said 3.
It's an interesting story about why we say 3. But that's for another podcast.
I've got a question for you, actually. Do in Irish schools, do they teach Gaelic?
I teach Irish, yeah.
Do they actually? Is it actually part of the curriculum?
Yeah,
I always wondered because
it's a compulsory lesson.
All right, cool, good.
Yeah.
Random.
Got a few
but
here.
I thought I'd ask.
So yeah, no. Herbert here is saying 2 or 3 to us. Chris Gillett's in there saying 3-1 Leeds.
I went there last Boxing Day, and that was when that Canadian lad taught Archie Gray.
Miller.
Oh yeah,
Miller.
Liam Miller.
He was a good player.
Where
is he now?
He's playing in Germany somewhere, isn't he?
Oh, is he?
He was only there on loan, wasn't he? From.
Oh, was he? Oh, from Preston he was. Yeah.
No, he went to Preston on loan from somebody. Yeah. So yeah, he was. He just. I can't really remember the game, and we were on the buses at like 7 a.m. It was Boxing Day, and we were drinking fireballs at like in the Weatherspoons at 7:30, 8 in the morning. Do you know what I mean? I was fucking twatted.
That always happens, man. Never. I found I have that drum session of you playing down in London.
Oh yeah,
before Tottenham away.
Just before we got his head kicked in outside London Stadium.
Yeah. So we'll put it up on the socials just to give you a look at Ringo Starr there before the Tottenham game last year or a couple of years ago.
Apparently Miller's at Hull.
Oh, is it?
Oh, is that Hull now?
Apparently so.
That could be right, but they are fucking shite this year, aren't they?
Yeah. Well,
I just wanted to touch on this. The only reason for asking is because I was having a conversation about the Welsh. Now the Welsh, the majority of northern Welsh people do speak Welsh as their first language. English isn't their first language. So I was just asking. I was just thinking, and I think it was my partner. She said she would. Well, I don't know. I'll ask the man who knows. He knows. There's
still parts of Ireland where it's completely Irish speaking, like the Gaelic, and kids go there during the summer to do Irish summer camps and stuff like that. So yeah, it's still all the road signs have English and Irish on them, and
same as Wales. Well, they're doing South Wales as well, but not at Southern Welsh speak Welsh.
Yeah, so it's
very few.
The Irish language can differ. Like I learned Irish in Mayo, but it can be completely different to how they learn it in Cork. It's mad. It's like different dialects of Irish all over the place for such a small country. But we digress. This isn't a geography lesson or an educational podcast.
Yeah, but it's good to know. You never know, do you?
Yeah, I get you.
I'm not. Oh, hey! I'm not knocking the mother country.
No,
I love Ireland. I love Ireland.
Smarty's very interested in all things Ireland, even though he does get Irish Tourette's every now and again.
I do.
So hopefully,
and I have to behave myself when I go to Mayo.
Yeah,
to break my Irish virginity.
Never been.
And I'm never.
And he's going.
I landed in Ireland on a plane going to America. That is all I can say. So I've never been to Ireland.
Okay, well we're going to sort that out in the summertime.
We are. So I think we're going to go.
I
love the Irish.
To be announced on that whole Irish thing. Yeah. So keep tuned for that. Let's move quickly on to Preston. Seems we kind of touched on it there with the chat of Liam Miller and Sam Greenwood. Luke, they've been relatively shit have Preston, but we know how that generally goes for us. Based off the scoreline you've given us today, do you think it's going to be a straightforward game, or do you think it's going to be, like you mentioned, last minute?
Well, I'm not going to change my mind in 30 seconds, Karl. So yeah, I'm going to stick with my first answer, and I'm going to say that I think it's going to be a tough game. Look, they beat Cardiff midweek at Cardiff. Not a nice place to go for anybody. I think they drew with Chef Wednesday at their place at the weekend. At Chef Wednesday. So they've been on the road 2 games. They've been really nice to be back in front of their fans. It's not going to be an easy game. Look, I think their league position is 18th when I last looked, or 17th. But they seem to be sort of hit and miss with a few results. So I think it'll be nervy, and I think again getting the first goal is going to be imperative for us to get a result there. They've been beaten at home by Bristol last month. They drew with Sunderland at their place, lost to Portsmouth away, and Portsmouth a dog. Drew with Derby at home. But they also held West Brom to a point as well. So they've held West Brom and Sunderland to a point at that place in the last month. So I think we get the first goal. I think they'll come out, and I think they'll beat us on the break, and they'll probably equalise. And it'll be a nervy last 10-15 minutes, and I think we'll just have a bit too much class. We'll bring on, Ramazani and a couple of others, and we'll hopefully just grind out a tough away win.
Yeah, they've only 1 win in 11, which isn't a great record. It's like 4, 5, 6, 7 draws and 3 losses and 1 win. So it's a bit of a hit and miss one. Smarty, I am going off your prediction. You're fairly confident, are you?
I think so. I don't really fear anyone in this league, but yeah, the whole away form does leave a couple of question marks, I suppose. Well. Yeah, that's the only thing that's really sticking in the side, I suppose. But we've got to end this bullshit at some point, and going there, whilst they're in a very kind of poor run of form is the ideal fixture for me. How many fans are we taking over?
Probably.
We usually get decent. Yeah.
It's usually a fair amount in it. So
their cups are really cool as well. Like, they open all the way pubs, and it's pretty.
Yeah. It's all right. It's Preston, isn't it?
You know what I mean? And they get no trouble at all.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
No. Preston's a great away day, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a great away day. You always get the bit of crack out of the cops as well on the tweets and stuff like that. So it's a bit of crack. Sorry, Smarty.
No, it's fine. I was literally just saying, we need to break this duck at some point, don't we? And we need to crack on and start getting a few wins under us belts, these away places. So yeah, I think we'll go there and win. I think we're riding high, riding the wave, I suppose. From the Derby and the Middlesbrough games. Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll be fine. 2-0.
Yeah, good stuff. And Kev Marston has come in, only 1 win in 11, you say, and it's Leeds United.
It's quite possible, isn't it? There'll be a meltdown.
It's Leeds United.
Good stuff, lads. I am just having a look here now to see if there's any Andy Man Club update.
There is.
From our friend.
5,656 we've been given.
5,000.
Wow.
I thought 5,000. I thought it was nearer 6,000.
It's still a fair amount of folk, is that, isn't it?
Oh, enough. Yeah, on a Saturday lunchtime, all probably getting buses and that about 6-7 in the morning.
Yeah, definitely.
Trains.
Oh. Smarty, do you have the Andy's Man Club available? I have it here. If you don't,
I do.
Sound, if you wouldn't mind, maybe.
Do you want me to read it?
Well, if you wouldn't mind giving the listeners something to think about.
It's just the usual. It's the usual stuff that we get from Lee. Weekly recovery runners group. Wednesday evening meet at 5:45 for a 6 p.m. start. Meet at 5 Ways, the Recovery Academy, Westfield Road, Woodhouse. Plenty of parking outside. One group will do 5k. Another one will do a steady jog. Us fat lads, with walking in between. No experience needed. So if you want to do a handstand or anything, you can crack on, I suppose, if you want. Bring your rollerblades. That'd be a laugh, wouldn't it, in snow on ice?
Yeah.
Monthly walk and talks, New Year's Eve at Temple Newsham Park, meet at 11 a.m. outside the tea rooms, and they also have 6 venues in Leeds, calling for a brew and a chat 7 while 9 every Monday, including bank holidays. Oh, sorry, barring bank holidays, sorry. Don't go bank holidays. Sending everyone there a bank holiday.
doors closed, and people going through a tough time, and they're like, I can't even come here now.
That wanker on that podcast told me to be here, and there's nobody here. So yeah, lads, get yourself down there if you're feeling a bit blue and you wanna go and just be around some other blokes. You know, Christmas is tough. We are actually going to do. I did mention this a couple of podcasts ago. We are actually going to do an Andy's Man Club based podcast. I think I spoke to Lee at the Derby game. Actually, I had a pint with Lee, and we're going to do it between Christmas and New Year. I think nothing's set in stone yet, but that's kind of the sort of time we're going to be doing it. So we're going to get a couple of facilitators on, a couple of people that have been there, a couple of us, and have a bit of a natter.
Yeah, absolutely. It's coming up to Christmas time, so just chat to someone if you need to.
Yeah, difficult time for some people,
lads.
isn't it?
Yeah,
lots of people struggle this time of year.
Yeah, I think that's why we want to do it.
You
know, it's a tough time for a lot of men, a lot of single men, a lot of time. You know, a lot of people going through a lot of shit. So we want to be there for people. We want to obviously, reach out and get people involved. So
yeah, just one or two final comments. I think you might have done this one, Luke. Interestingly, I watched our last two games set next to an ex-international footballer, and he thinks Leeds are really well coached team. He only thought Willie was underachieving. Thought probably Willie was underachieving.
I think that's only because we recognise we know how good he can be. He was arguably our only option when we played in that last season in the Premier League, and we know how good he can be. So when we've seen him put in a 6 or 7, it's only because we know he can do 9 or 10s. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Like Danny, you're right. My family is originally from County Mayo, Charlestown. I'm from over the road in Castlebar, so it's not too far away. We used to hammer Charlestown in the Gaelic football and football all the time. It's great. Fucking have it. Mayo's a beautiful place, not quite the kingdom. Now he's talking about Kerry there, lads. They call Kerry the kingdom. So yeah, I'll let you be the judge of that during the summer. And Roland is here. Probably a stupid question. Is there a Preston South End? You're right, Roland. That is a stupid question.
Yeah, but he doesn't know, does he? He doesn't know.
Joking. He knows I'm taking the piss out of him. And,
poor Rolly.
Suleiman here is OKB and the Square Ball both doing summer tours in Ireland. What could go wrong?
Oh yeah, they're going over there as well, aren't they?
Where are they?
Whereabouts are they going?
I've no idea. I don't know. They'll probably do quite a few. They'll probably do the usual Cork and Dublin and probably stuff like that.
Alright, they won't go to the coolest county in Ireland anyway. They won't be.
No, they won't go to the far and beyond, will they?
No, they won't. It'll be sound. Don't worry about it. More to follow on that. Lads, thank you very much for joining me tonight. It was great crack.
It was a pleasure.
We all had a Barney at either football or each other at one point. I still love ye all, ye daft bastards. Have you got anything else that you'd like to say before we finish?
No, just one really quick thing. I'm going to be sharing I think it's my pinned tweet, but I'm attending a fundraiser for a friend of mine who unfortunately has been given a terminal illness, and we're trying to raise some money for him just to see the birth of his first kids, and they happens to be twins in March. So I'm going there. So if anybody can just share it for me, it'd be great. And if the right person sees it, donate £1 or £2 if you can. So yeah, I'll be there Saturday. But yeah, don't feel obliged to. I know it's tough, and money's tight and Christmas and all that sort of stuff. But even if you could just give that a quick retweet for me, it'd mean a lot. Cheers.
Yeah, we'll put it on the social too, and we'll all give it a retweet for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully everyone else will as well. Smarty, anything else before we finish up? You want to go on a little 5 or 6 minute rant?
I think I've said enough today. I think I'll spare you all. Yes, thank you.
Okay, and on that note, thanks very much for watching, folks. We'll catch you again. Bye-bye.
Take